Cool. All right. So what made you decide for the banana suit?
Honestly, okay, so it's a long story, but short story is that um I think in 2021 I was just so bored with life that I decided to just have fun and not care about anything. Just do whatever I wanted and it's made me so much happier. So then I was like, I also like bananas. So I was like, why not be a one, you
You
know?
identify as a produce.
Right, right. Bananas
Uh,
aren't my favorite fruit, but
all right, fair enough.
yeah.
How do you
Fluffy
pronounce your
hobo.
last name?
My last name?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is it Lamb?
Lamb.
Just Lamb?
Lamb.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it right.
All right. All right. Which is a first because I'm usually really bad at last names.
Hmm.
Now, I was looking at some of your Instagram posts and I can't determine if you are Chinese descent or Korean descent.
Yes,
I'm thinking it's Chinese.
you're right.
Okay. Okay.
A1. Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
I like to play that game with the Asian community. It's like, I kind of know, but good luck. I'm surprised I got it right.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, your dad.
Normally I get like Filipino or literally anything away from Chinese. Like no one really guesses Chinese right off the bat. So props.
I worked with a Filipino, so I can see a difference.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
See, that makes
he's
sense.
half Filipino. His mom is full blown, but his dad is pretty white. So he's
Mhm.
half, I guess. He's a flip
Okay.
because it's not
Oh yeah,
Filipino. He's a flip. All right. So I guess where do you want to start? I saw that you have a rap career. Does that play into the
oh yeah. No, I don't. Okay, it's just taking off. Okay, I just started learning out of nowhere because I was like, I'm bored. I need something to just. I wanted to do something. I've always like listened to hip hop and that music, so I was like, rapping is actually a genuine skill that you can get better at. So
Yeah,
then I
it's
started it a couple months ago, and I never looked back.
there you go. It's just speed poetry.
Exactly, it's poetry in motion.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who in the that like rap, and when I tell them it's speed poetry, they hate me for it. It's like, no, it's so much more than that, but it's really not. It's speed poetry.
That's exactly it. Like I don't get those people.
It's closed-minded individuals for the most part. It is what it is.
Mhm.
And that's why look, the fluffy hobo thing you were kind of asking about it earlier. I'm a heavier set dude and I'm politically homeless. The fluffy hobo. That's
That's
pretty much where it went
awesome.
to. That and I've taken a lot of inspiration from different people from YouTube and whatnot, and I just wanted to try my hand at it because I got nothing better to do.
Hmm. Hmm. That's pretty much the same with me with anything. I just got nothing better to do. Started a podcast, started rapping, banana. You know the drill.
Yeah. So do you mix your own music with like a program to go in the background, or do you just kind of buy like get something? I don't know how it works really.
So there's this app called BandLab, which
Okay.
does what you said, music production. I haven't really made any songs yet, though. I'm still in the beginning stages because I feel like once I know, like, can rhyme words, like almost as fluently as being able to get by in a language,
Right.
I feel like then I could move on to the next step of making, I don't know, maybe some music. Try my hand at it.
Hey, more power to you. I know I am nowhere near musically inclined. I'm
Hmm.
terrible at it.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
me too. I can't read music. I don't know how people do that.
a lot of skill, patience, and what I've been told, drugs.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, that's what I've been told, and usually with a lot of bands and a lot of people overdosing, it's got to be true at some point. Sadly enough, it's got to be. But
Yeah.
oh, so what bothers you?
What bothers me? Oh, I know exactly what bothers me. When people don't stick to their words.
Oh yeah,
When you ask someone to show up for something, whether it be hanging out or just talking or just being a guest, and they don't deliver on their part, and there's no
hmm
communication, then you just have to wonder what happened. You
as a
know?
dungeon master, I know that way too much.
Yep.
Like, hey, we're gonna start at 8:30. Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Where the fuck is everyone?
Yes. It what is that saying? It like burst your bridges or something? Or the I don't know. But it's annoying.
It is. Like I not to disparage anybody who wanted to come on the show, but like I had 3 people this week lined up and all of them canceled for some reason. So that's why
Dang.
there wasn't much this week for me to upload. People that are bitching at me.
Mhm.
You
I
know who
watched your
you are.
I know that feeling all too well. I know
So
it.
how big's your podcast, or does it just kind of take off slowly? Like what do you got going so far?
Honestly, if I'm being real honest, I don't I think it's slowly growing. At least
Yeah.
my YouTube is. But so there were stages. I had phases, right? I've only been doing it for 4 months.
Okay. I've
For
only
the
been doing
first
this for about 2. So all right.
two, you're getting there.
Yeah.
You're gonna be big. If you stick with it, I fully believe you're gonna get bigger. Um,
Okay, I'll come back to that one, but keep going.
yeah, right. So at the beginning stage, I when you start something, you're like, okay, I'm getting views, I'm getting listens, I'm getting bigger, right? And then
Right.
slowly just dwindles down over time. Yet the content, like, it gets better production. So
Yeah.
then it's oddly enough, you're like, what happened to all my listeners? So then it took a mental toll on me because I was focused on growth. I was focused on like listens, whereas I wasn't as focused on having fun. And I realized
Oh.
that. And so now I'm just, I'm trying anything to just fuel my desire for fun because once you lose that spark, it's it's like what are you doing it for? You're wasting time. It's like work essentially.
Oh yeah, that's why I do this as a side hobby. This is just completely a side hobby. Every like I don't even care. Like they could
Mhm.
go through and cancel my show, and I'd be like, oh, well, that died fast.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about my show. I'm just like
Coasting.
I don't care anymore. I just say whatever I want. If someone is offended, they're not going to listen or they'll probably sue me. But then at the same time, if they sue me, it's like you're giving me all this attention. Nice.
Yeah, like that Taylor Lorenz thing where they doxed the Libs of TikTok. Now the Libs of TikTok lady has got like so many more subscribers.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous. Can't believe it made national news.
Yeah, that's crazy. TikTok it's huge.
Yeah, I've been told I should try and make TikTok clips here and there, but I just don't want to. I'm not I'm not good at editing video into like, well, how do I make this 15-minute conversation into a 3-minute clip? Like, yeah, you lose context at certain points.
Yeah.
That and if you look at like a lot of like the TikTok views versus the YouTube growth, they don't really correlate that well. Like people just see it and be like, oh, that's cool. And then never go to check out the YouTube or anything else. So like you could have a
Yeah.
massive TikTok following, but have a diminishing YouTube result. Or
Yeah.
Rumble or Odyssey or whatever platform you're on.
Yeah. I think that's because people like to stick to one platform for like mobile and their computers. Like for me, I just stick to YouTube mainly. Like that's
Yeah.
where I get my source of content.
Yeah.
If I had to use social media, it would either be like Instagram or something else. You know, it's like you find your thing, then you just stick with it. People, it's just habits. People
Right.
stick to it.
I don't know. I like to promote alternative tech. That's why everything I do on YouTube is backed up onto Rumble, just so that
Hmm.
way I can also save hardware space by having it on Rumble as well. Which is, I mean, I get decent views there, but at the same time, it's like YouTube's where everyone's at, so that's where you want to be at.
Yeah.
But I also use are you familiar with minds.com? It's a Facebook
No.
alternative to things. And I've seen some pretty decent growth there for just kind of like throwing shit at the wall and hoping something sticks. And I've got some engagement better than I do on Facebook, but eh.
Hmm.
So why do you think I'm going to grow? I'm going to be a narcissist a little bit here. Why do you think I'm going to grow?
Well, mainly because the Fluffy Hobo Show. That name actually caught my eye, and I was like, I want to talk to a fluffy hobo, like unironically, and I mean, you're consistent, and you talk to people who do things with their lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like who was it? It was Duncan Still. He's doing a documentary about One Paycheck Away, the nightmare of the middle class. It was an interesting talk, and I'm excited for a follow up for when the documentary actually comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, I've always been talk to anybody for any reason. I like
Mm-hmm.
coming back and forth and having challenging ideals on certain things because I think, well, to make this not so political, like there's a lot of separation going on. I'm trying to bring everyone back to the center if I can, because there's way too much about that. Hell, even in the video game world, I'm sure if you're a gamer, you'll know like there's so much divide, even with like Xbox
Mm-hmm.
versus PlayStation or Nintendo, Game Boy, or whatever. Who knows? There's just, there's so much difference about it. Or the PC Master Race, just so much different. Hate really, but
Do you play games?
yeah. When there's a decent one out,
Okay.
I've been playing it. What is it? Hunter Call of the Wild lately. I've been playing
Mm,
Minecraft here and there. Um, that's about it. Halo Wars 2. I've been playing a
okay.
shit ton of Halo Wars 2.
Okay. The classics, the old games.
Yeah.
Wait, when was Halo Wars 2? When did that come out?
I believe it was 2018. I'm gonna look this up
Dang.
now.
That's kind of recent, actually. It's like 4 years ago.
2017. That's when it came
Oh,
out.
okay.
But it's considered a dead game right now because they abandoned the game. Like they're no longer going to be updating anything for it, which is fine. But I was kind of hoping for a new map pack or something every once in a
Hmm.
while.
Do you think that games nowadays aren't made with the same love they were made with years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I can immediately point to the Far Cry series. Far Cry
Hmm.
1 and 2 were amazing. Far Cry 3 was probably my favorite, but 4 and 5 and 6 are pretty down in the gutter for being a recent game. Uh, if I have the opportunity, I would love to go back and play a game way back when called Chrome Hounds. It was from the original Xbox One. It
Hmm.
was a Mech Warrior game style, but it was a slower pace than Armor Core. And I probably logged somewhere around 10,000 hours into that game.
Oh shit.
It was, I was horribly addicted to that game, but it was fun because their party chat doesn't exist at the time, and
Yeah.
you had to capture radio towers in order to communicate with your team. So it was really a strategic type game that was very well detailed for how old it was. And I think that was a 2010 release, 2009 release. Uh,
Okay.
but they shut the servers down for it, and I hated the fact that they did.
Damn. That sucks.
But the thing with games nowadays is they're heavily monetized, or they're meant to be monetized some way or form or another. And well, you can look at Call of Duty. They're making almost billions a month in just packs and random gun skins. It's, I mean, hey, the market's there, do it, but don't shortcut the game for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you play Warzone or anything, but Warzone is just full of hackers. The game's so broken.
No, I used to, but I wasn't that good at it. Honestly, I never really played any battle royales. They're just all like, I was so tired of battle royales.
There was a
Just
3-year stint where that's everyone talked about was battle royale, battle royale.
yeah. Oh my god.
Oh.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
I mean, I was thinking about going back and playing PUBG just because of, PUBG sakes, but I don't think I can.
hmm
Oh, the hell is that? Oh, so I'm guessing by your room that you're a college student.
Yes, I go to college. How did you know?
Well, the no decoration in the background says a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to college because I want to do graphic design in the future.
Like web
That's
design or game design?
like posters.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what we're doing. All right.
hmm But who knows? Maybe I'll change up in the future.
Hey, I mean, you're supposed to find yourself in college, right?
All right. Did you ever go to college?
I went to a community college for a little bit. And then after I ended up teaching the chemistry and physics class, and they wouldn't reimburse me for it, I ended up just dropping out and went my own different way.
Mm.
I think it was shortly after that I went to the casino and started and dealt cards as a blackjack dealer.
Oh,
And I did
dang.
that for a while. And you when I started, they're like, you have to have no soul working this job. When you're dealing cards to some guy who's just betting your yearly salary and one hand of blackjack, you just immediately want to hate that person.
Just like Casino Royale.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's James Bond. You watch movies?
Not really. The most recent movie I watched was Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and that was the first time I watched it, and that was like a week ago.
Hmm.
uh
Okay.
Not really a movie buff.
Have you ever been homeless?
Ever been homeless? uh no, I haven't.
Me neither.
I was close one time, but it was not really because I had to be, because I wanted to be.
hmm
But I was also doing odd jobs, kind of living out of my minivan at the time, just because I got to follow the paycheck. And
Right.
once I realized that was bullshit, I went back and I was like, I'm finding something else. This is stupid. Finding places to park and shitting in buckets or finding a Walmart to go to sucked. I didn't want to do it again.
Damn.
Props to people that do that.
Yeah,
Stronger than I am.
props. You're a survivor. I don't know if I could do that.
I mean, it's different if you're like going out camping or something, because you already know that's what you're gonna do. But when you're on the road doing stuff, it's wherever you can find a hole, and that's that's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
So, what's your aspirations for the next 5 years?
Man. Continue the podcast. Continue. I don't know, maybe I'll be a rapper. Maybe I'll graduate with a bachelor's in studio art. Maybe I'll be homeless. Maybe I'll be a minivan.
Down
don't
by
know.
the river.
Like those questions, they're just so. I've always found them to be
Too open ended.
yeah, too broad, too open-ended. Like I don't have a definitive answer. Like I'm just focused on today, making the most out of every day. And I don't know, I don't even know what I ate yesterday because, I'm so focused on today.
All right. Hey, that's yeah, yeah. I don't
But
know.
yeah. Oh, maybe I'll be a streamer. Yeah, I'll keep streaming, do whatever, just have fun.
Yeah, I tried Twitch streaming, but I just couldn't keep a consistent schedule going.
Hmm.
Because in my line of work, I work in a delivery service. So like my day starts at a certain time, but I'm always home at random times afterwards. Like I could be
Oh,
home at like 11 at the earliest or 4 the latest. So my day is, you never know what kind of day you're going to have because it's based on the package and parcel load that day. That's
mm,
all.
okay.
Oh.
You, I don't want you to dox yourself if you don't, but like, who do you deliver for?
Uh, probably shouldn't bring that up because
Okay.
I do have a clause that I'm not really supposed to talk about it. But I
Okay.
just say delivery service and it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Why Fluffy Hobo?
So Fluffy was a joke from Gabriel Iglesias because he's like, I'm fat, but I'm not really fat. I'm fluffy. That was
Mm-hmm.
his big stint, and I love his content. And then hobo because I'm politically homeless and my mindset goes wherever the hell it wants.
All right.
Like
All right.
I know a lot. My knowledge is vast yet limited for some reason. Like in one of the interviews, we went from, I think it was with Mark Merriweather. We went from talking about plants in North America that you can eat and forage for. Then we went to space and how plants interact in space, to asteroid mining, back down to nuclear power at the planet. And then we talked about why the Japanese live so long. Like we went everywhere.
Yeah, that's like touring the entire world around.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's
So like
crazy.
I know enough about a lot of things that kind of keep a conversation going. But when it comes to an expert, I'm more like, yes, speak to me. Just keep
Hmm.
talking. I don't know what to do.
That's so funny because with me, I'm an idiot. So everything around everything, right? I have almost nothing to say, but at the same time, I have a lot to say about nothing
A
because
lot
I
to
just
say
say
about
whatever
nothing.
comes to my mind.
There you go. There you go. All right. So what do you think about the Johnny Depp trial if you're kept up with that one?
Amber Heard's a bitch. I think Johnny Depp he's the GOAT, first of all, greatest of all time. Have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
I
Classics.
have. I have. I don't know. They're all right movies. Eh, eh,
Okay. But the ride though at Disneyland, have you ever been there?
no.
It the movies were based off of that ride. Fun fact.
Okay.
And it's a cool ride. And Justice League wasn't even that good. And Amber Heard was in there. She's a terrible actor. But I may be biased, but I think Johnny's got this in the bag.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it comes down to a jury and they hear her just like openly admitting that she pooped on his pillow like that, all right, that's way too far. Like this woman is psychotic just by that point.
That's a little iffy, even by my standards. Shitting on your bed. I mean, come on, who? That's not a
And
toilet.
then blaming the dog.
I just, she's insane. She's manipulative as hell.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's go with a different news topic. What do you think about Elon taking over Twitter? Because that's a hot topic right now.
Honestly, if I was Elon, now I don't know why he did it, but here's my theory on why he did it.
Okay.
It's just a big flex. Okay, I have all that money, and everything I do is gonna lead me to Mars. So if I take over Twitter, I don't fucking know. I'm lost. I'm
Well,
not rich.
So I think you're kind of half right with that, because if Elon wants to set up a Mars base, this is going to go hypothetical territory real fast. But if he wants to set up a Mars base, Twitter is actually really useful because it's mostly text data, which can be dropped down to simple strands of code to be sent over a signal, and then it can be popped back up as a texting service. I mean, it's possible to do, and it would make sense as a communication wave. But to some degree, I'd have to reference to an expert, but I think it's possible, and that might actually work out better. But I mean, because it's already streaming to the world, there's a connection everywhere with the server, so it's possible that if you get a relay up at certain points from here to Mars, it should work in theory.
Yeah, it should. I'll leave that to the experts.
Yeah. I don't know how it would work exactly, but that's, I mean, it'd be no different than like trading the text into Morse code and sending Morse code over a radio wave, because that you can still do that through ham radio services. You can send Morse code and then have it auto detect and read it out. So it's possible.
I mean, anything's possible. And if Elon, if he can make a freaking flamethrower, I believe he can do Morse code and all that.
I forgot he made a flamethrower.
Yeah, you really did.
I think he's just a big kid with a lot of money.
Yeah. Hey, can you blame him? That's exactly what I do. I do the stupidest shit.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, Elon's crazy. I said, no, he's just bored. You don't get it. He's bored.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Tesla to come out with Tesla tank.
Yeah, a whole freaking tank.
Based on a hydrogen engine, because why not? Be interesting to see that.
Man,
I should send that to him as an idea. Make a Tesla tank.
Please, I'll back it immediately.
Right? Take my credit card.
Take my social security number. Take everything. I just want it now.
Pretty much. So so you're going for graphic design to make posters. Is there any certain type of poster that you would want to make? Like any kind of brand? Like a genre, I guess? Or would it be just free reign for whatever comes your way?
Ideally, probably Nike.
Yeah.
I love, Nike. I like their shoes. I like it. I've never been athletic, but I just, their brand, it's just like, just do it. But realistically, I'll take anything.
Fair enough. I mean, you could also go into the billboard business at that point if you're going to make designs. I mean, billboards are still everywhere.
Yeah, they are. People still drive.
Yeah. For how long? Automatic cars.
Yeah, automatic Tesla tanks. Can't wait.
Yeah. Oh. So what'll it be, champ? What's the next idea you want to get going? Kind of spitballing right here.
I want to talk to you about a failure.
A failure?
A lot of people talk about their successes and whatnot, but I'm interested. Have you failed at anything recently?
Anything recently I failed at? Trying to think. Now I'm coming up with it. Like, what's a failure I've done recently? That's hard to answer because, like, I don't know.
You move past it.
Well, it's one of those. What do you consider a failure? Like, you could easily be like, oh yeah, I shit myself. Yeah, that's a failure. But it's not. That's a minor thing to fail at. Like, what's a major failure?
True. I guess I'd say something that you thought would be a success, but it wasn't, and it impacted you more than just shitting the bed.
Oh. Mm. So I guess it would be, even though I'm a harsh critic against myself, I tried making a flower pot out of fence post,
Hmm.
and it didn't end up being the way I wanted it to be. It just doesn't look right to me. However, my wife and my mom was like, no, no, it looks fine. It's fine. It's your first one. It's fine. I'm like, but I'm looking at the failures on it. Like, this board isn't cut right. That's not done right. Like, it's just, I got screws sticking out of it the wrong way. Like it, it was kind of, I don't know. It should have been an easy project. And then I guess I over criticized myself for doing it.
Hmm.
And I've still got more out there to make more of them, but it's, that's the most recent failure I can think of. That was kind of, I realized like, hey, you're not that good at woodworking. Don't get me wrong, I've done a lot of woodworking, but like making something specific, and I just expected better of myself, I guess. Not that it was a
What?
whole entire failure in its whole. I made it, it works, but it's not what I thought it was going to be.
Right, right.
So that's the closest failure I can think in recent times. That's not like a joke answer. I
Okay,
mean, I could always be like,
okay.
"Oh man, I lost at this one game and it wrecked me because we were on it for 60 minutes and we just couldn't win." That's not that important. That moves on. But
Yeah.
I don't know, because I know my expectations too well, and I second guess myself a lot. So a lot of things I do, I'm more surprised that I actually did it than I do fail.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So what would an example that you would be? What kind of failure you happen?
Not recently, but in the year 2020, I just spent 8 months doing nothing. And then that fueled my fire to try everything in life.
Okay.
And it's to what you said about being a harsh critic about yourself. I relate to that wholeheartedly. I have such high expectations of myself. Like, when other people judge your work, they'll probably be like, "Oh yeah, that's good," but
You
you
know in your
yourself,
heart.
in your heart, it's like I could make this way better. Like this is not up to par to my expectations,
Right.
and that's how I feel about everything. You
Right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's why some of my videos are actually getting a little bit better every time, because I know like, oh, that could be better. Oh, that could be better. Even though
Hmm.
like your friends are like, no, 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 it's good the way it is.
Yeah.
Is it?
Hmm. But that's a healthy mindset. You always see improvement in yourself, and you always go,
One
um,
step beyond.
exactly. And then, that with that growth mindset, you can't stay in place. You
Yeah.
got to adapt, and be flexible. It
Right.
just, it's life changes. So you either change along with it or you stuck in your old ways.
Yeah. 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 That's
It's just like
true.
with games. Games, you have to adapt, you have to play, you have to beat. I don't know if you played Elden Ring, but a lot of people talked about that. And you just gotta adapt.
I have not played Elden Ring. I'm one of the few losers who don't have it.
Oh, you're not alone. I've never played Elden Ring either. So we're both losers, I guess.
I played the original Dark Souls when it came out. Granted, Elden Ring is different than Dark Souls, but it's kind of the same style. When I
Hmm.
played it, I got so frustrated with that game because I thought the beginning boss you had to take on head on and not
Yeah.
cheese it out. I ended up taking the game, putting it back in its case, wrapping it in chain, and burying it in the backyard so I never had to see it again. I was so frustrated with that game.
And
It's
you're
still
probably
out there.
gonna you're probably gonna hate me, but
Why?
I've never played a Dark Souls game.
Oh, that's fine. You don't need to. You don't
Yeah.
need to. And then I have a friend that's like, "Oh yeah, I can do Dark Souls with no armor." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I can't even do it with a weapon." Like, what are you
It's
doing?
crazy. Yeah. Those people are insane. People, I don't know if you're familiar with speedrunners, but
Oh
like,
yeah, they are ridiculous.
oh, like they grind that game over and over until
I play the game, so I play the game less. What?
yeah.
Aren't you
Like
supposed to
what?
enjoy this?
Yeah, that's not for me. I can never speed run. I get so bored of playing the same game over and over, doing the same level over and over.
Right.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, I get that. I get it a lot. That's why I like are you familiar with Halo Wars at all or no?
Yeah, I play the first one.
Okay. So um I would end up doing like different strategies just to me and my buddy would end up being like, okay, we're gonna take on 2 legendary AIs, but we're only gonna do infantry and that's it. Like that's how we would challenge ourselves because there was nothing better on the market. So we put different constraints on ourselves to do, make things interesting. And now with Halo Wars 2, you can't do infantry only. It's impossible. You have to have a diverse army.
Hmm. That's war. I mean, you can't just have
Yeah.
your infantry. You need aircraft and tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Oh man. Halo Wars 2 is something else. It is such a beast of a game.
Like, what's different about it?
So besides the fact of like there is instead of 6 leaders, you have I think it's up to 12 different types. And usually if you're going against a computer, they'll play the game differently every time, one way or another based on who they're playing as. But you can get a generalization of what's coming your way. And when they're like, oh, I'm going to ignore the special unit that they build and just do something completely offset, it throws your strategy out the window. So you really have to be ready for anything.
Hmm.
And when you're not ready, oh, it hurts. You can get overtaken fast.
Hmm. I bet. I bet. You played the main Halo games at all?
Yes, quite a bit, actually, more than I'm willing to admit.
Like which ones?
All of them.
Okay. But which is your favorite?
Ooh, my favorite. Uh, if we're gonna go with gameplay, I like Halo 2 better. But if we're gonna
Mhm.
go with storyline, I like Halo Reach the most.
Okay. Okay.
Halo 5 was okay, but I don't know, it seemed clunky at times. Halo 4, it's kind of like the black sheep of the family. We just really don't acknowledge Halo 4 as a game. It, it was bad, but I did like the Spartan Ops they had for it. That was an interesting take.
Hmm.
But Combat Evolved, the first one, was really fun when it first came out. But I'm gonna go with Halo. Halo 2 was my favorite.
Okay. Same. Same. I have very vivid memories of Halo 2. Played it first. That was my first Halo game. Played at my cousin's house. And I think that and Halo 3 and Halo Wars were probably the only Halo games I ever really played.
Halo 2 when Halo 2 came out and you played as the Arbiter was almost groundbreaking because you actually saw the other side of the war. And I think that's why a lot of people like Halo 2 the best because of you were able to see the other side of the war
Hmm.
and really broaden the perspective of the game.
Right. Right. Because you had only the I
Master
forgot what they were
Chief.
called. Yeah, the UNSC, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you didn't have the Covenant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that and Xbox Live really took off after Halo 2 launched. And then so a lot of people played Halo 2 a lot online. And then Halo
Mhm.
3 came out and it just skyrocketed out there. Like everyone was playing Halo 3 for the multiplayer.
Yeah. Halo multiplayer was fun.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then you've got what was another one? Mass Effect 3 with the
Oh yes.
yeah, that multiplayer was so much fun.
Oh man.
My buddy had a glitch. His character glitched. He was playing the Geth soldier and he had all the perk points. Somehow he had all the perk
Dang.
points.
What the
And
hell?
it was ridiculous because he's like, hey, I could just flamethrow everything. Like, Oh man,
Man, you
it,
played
it-
all the Mass Effects?
I did. Yes, I did.
Mass Effects.
I like two the best.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I grew up on two. I you know that final what is that called? That final the whole like the final battle or
In
you know
three.
what I'm talking about, the level of no
Oh
of
yeah,
Mass
yeah,
Effect
yeah,
2.
yeah.
I remember the first time I played it, I managed to kill everyone on accident. I don't know how I did it, but I was just like, what
I
the
was
fuck?
I was so mad. I was like, "What do you mean Legion died? He's my favorite character."
Yeah, like what the hell? So many good memories. Garrus is awesome. Fucking
Yeah,
Legion's awesome. Who else is awesome? Um oh, Rex. Rex is awesome.
yes. Rex was my favorite character. Did you play as a male or a female shepherd?
I played as a male.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Who's the favorite person in romance? If we'll get nerdy about it.
Oh, that's hard. Sometimes I'd go Liara. Sometimes I go Talia.
Yeah, Talia. She's always sticking with you, even though she knows better. She's the hardest person to romance ever. You had to work for
Yeah.
it.
Who was yours?
Oh, I usually went with Liara, and then Talia for the most part. I would try every time, but I would always do something wrong. Like, I guess I'm just not good enough.
What did you play? Did Renegade or Paragon or
Usually my
both?
first playthrough, I would do Renegade, and then I would play Paragon
Mhm.
because I like the.
Renegade all the way.
Yeah, and there's bonuses to both sides, but I like to play, both sides. And then I would speed run the game and not care about Renegade or Paragon just to see what would happen. And like a lot of times, like, oh yeah, it's all the same but harder because you don't get those bonuses. I miss old games.
I do, I do too. Like I don't know what they had charm before all the microtransactions and all that pay to win shit. It's like they cared. They had story. They had characters.
Yeah,
I just
I remember it was Oblivion. You had to pay for horse armor was like the first microtransaction, and the
mhm.
internet went in rage mode. And then now they're like, yeah, I'll drop, $20 to buy some V-Bucks or whatever, or
Mm.
Apex points or who knows what. And then you got
So
games like
glad.
FIFA. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm so glad you mentioned Oblivion. I miss that game. I think that game is more fun than Skyrim.
Ooh, why?
Unpopular opinion because okay, the quests. I really love the quests and I just like the overall tone and feel of it.
Where
It's
hell could
like
break through at any moment.
yes, like it was like groundbreaking. Like the story, not in like the like it was something never seen before, but it was like the world will actually end because the demons, the Dremora, they're invading that fucking I already forgot his name. The villain. Who was the fucking guy? It was like Molag Ball.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
That dude, he was coming into our plane of existence and we did not stop him. He would like rule and take over and shit. Meanwhile in Skyrim, what happened in Skyrim?
Dragons.
Alduin, dragon, these
Dragons.
dragons are gonna come over.
Fucking dragons. At the
Yeah,
first
without
time playing it though, it was like, oh my god, I get to kill a dragon. And then like, you're level 50 and it's like, I don't have time for you.
yeah, I'll give them that. I love the dragons were cool.
Yeah. And then they added the dragon bounce, which was really interesting to fly around instead of fast travel.
Hmm.
Have you seen anything about the new one, Elder Scrolls 6?
No, I haven't.
So I guess it's going to be based in Hammerfell this time.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. It was,
Okay.
if I remember correctly, I'm going to get fact checked probably, but I remember correctly, Hammerfell in the mountains, there is a rumored gateway to the Daejora's home realm. So it's
Mhm.
possible that we could see the Daejora coming back, and which will be great because that means that you can go to another plane of existence and fight monsters.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. That'd be so dope.
Are you? There is a content creator actually, Fudge Muppet. They actually theorize a lot of different stuff in Skyrim and Oblivion and whatnot, and how to take it towards Elder Scrolls 6.
Hmm.
And they kind of get a community feedback on how to make like the game better with different improvements. Which
Right, right.
I don't know if you got time. And I usually just set up their podcast and let it go, just listen to it because they get into the weeds on certain things. Like, no,
Hmm.
this was made by this because of this reason. I was like, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. I'll check it out. It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Check it out for sure.
Let's see here. I had something else I was going to talk about. I don't remember what it was now.
Is it Skyrim related?
No. I think it was a video game related. Oh, what game are you excited for coming out soon? Like this year? Or are you not paying attention?
I I honestly don't pay attention really. Not to games anymore.
Are you a fan of the Sniper Elite games?
I've heard of them, but never really played them.
Okay. Because I know Sniper Elite 5 is coming out later this month and I'm excited for it.
Hmm.
It's been 5 years since 4 came out.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been waiting for a minute, a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. When I find a game I enjoy, I play the shit out of it. Just
As it
can't.
should be.
Like Fallout 4 came out. I took a week off work. And then I took like 3 days to play 76. And then I was like, I hate this game. I have something better to do. This game is awful. Absolutely atrocious.
Okay, so what was so bad about 76? Because I keep hearing that.
So, from what I'm told, 76 is actually at a good point right now. I don't know. I haven't played it recently. But when it first came out, the servers would break whenever you played. At a certain point, if you had too many people doing too many things, the servers would shut down. Your inventory would get deleted at random intervals if you didn't put it into a safe storage. The If somebody came through and killed like your quest thing, it would not count as your quest objective to be completed because you did not kill it.
Hmm.
If there was no NPCs to interact with, there was like no buy or sell locations. The materials wouldn't spawn when they're supposed to. And I think the big one was connection issues. Like if you were connected with somebody in, say, Maine, and then you were trying to connect to somebody in LA, the servers would just not work for them, period. You would see them move and stop, and then it would catch up and put like fast forward them to where they belong. And then there was
Wow.
graphical issues, people falling through the map. Like the game launched in a shit situation.
God
And that's
damn.
why everyone hated on it because the first week was atrocious. And then like 3 months later, the game was still broken. And then they're like, oh yeah, let's not fix that. Let's release a PvP mode. Really?
Yeah, that sounds like a shitty game.
It was. It was awful. I was so excited for it. Like I pre-ordered it, and now I'm like, I am never pre-ordering a game again after this. That was
Hmm.
crap. Absolutely crap. And I am a huge Fallout fan. And that
Uh-huh.
game really just kicking the balls.
You say you're a huge Fallout fan. Have you played New Vegas?
Yes.
Oh
Yes. I love New
yeah.
Vegas.
I love that game.
There was a community mod where somebody took Fallout 4 engine and remade New Vegas in Fallout 4 engine.
That sounds
And
amazing.
it's a mod that you can find on Steam. I think it's like $5 and cannot stop me from playing it. I loved it. It was great. It was exactly what I wanted. There's nothing different. with updated graphics.
Was it good? Like,
Yeah, yeah. There was a couple of issues here and there, but for a modded section of the game, it was worth it. But you
dang,
really couldn't complain.
wow. Now I know what I'm gonna do after this. Man, I love that game so much. That's my favorite, I think possibly Bethesda game, if I'm being completely real. I would so yeah, I would put New Vegas over Oblivion even. And I love Oblivion.
I
Because
think mine would be Fallout 4, and then I don't know. I really like Skyrim. Skyrim had so much fun for me. Like I could go back and replay it however I want. It's great. A lot of
oh
people
yeah,
are like, yeah, I
Skyrim.
just want to be a, what was it? A stealth archer is what everyone plays as. I'm like, how? You can have so much fun with it.
hmm I was always a mage or a warrior. I could never do stealth.
Yeah. I usually would play through the first time as stealth because it was so much easier to do. And then I realized I cheated myself fun. There's nothing better than having a mob of army coming at you and be like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. Just
But
burn a chicken and then have all the villagers come after you.
quick save.
Yeah, quick save. Immediately quick save. Quick load. All right. All right, we're good.
Yeah, I love it. But sometimes you have to do that though. It's like I'm tired of running these quests for you assholes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn Whiterun down.
You ever play them with mods?
No. I didn't have a computer at that time, so I just played on the Xbox.
Okay. Okay. Because I feel like if you played with mods, it could possibly turn you into an addict.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
that good.
I think my favorite mod I've seen was they turned the dragons into Abraham Lincoln, and he would fly down and like shoot laser beams for his breath weapon. That's fucking retarded, but funny as hell. And he would always yell like inspirational quotes like Gettysburg Address and like just come down and attack the floor. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I love mods. There was this Thomas the Tank Engine mod. I don't know if you've seen it. It was like,
Seen it, yeah.
that one's funny. Yeah.
There's so many great things that the modding community can do.
Yeah. I'm just like, thank you guys for all your hard work.
I like how no matter what game, like RPG game that comes out, not even a week later, there's a nude mod. Already out.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys just have people on retainer waiting for this? Like, how?
Yeah. It's like once they hear of news about the newest game, they're like on standby mode to get it ready as soon as possible. Yeah.
Degenerates,
God.
all of them.
Yeah. But thanks to their efforts, man, power to them. You guys are doing the hard work out there.
Give me them orc titties. Oh man, that I swear, the modding community needs to just be unleashed and just do whatever the hell they want, with no
Yeah.
regard of being sued, just to see what happens.
They'll make some crazy ass things. I know that for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they'll make their own Skyrim. They'll make their own game. Given enough time, they'll.
Oh yeah. I think there
believe
was
it.
a guy who modded Skyrim and made like his own campaign, and I think Bethesda hired him at some point
Dang.
because he spent a lot of time making this level with NPCs, and he actually had people voice act for him to get new dialogue. So he really went into it. So he'll be working on the Elder Scrolls 6 game, I hope.
Dang. Yeah, that sounds one man and doing that. That's crazy. That man's
Man,
dedicated.
a dream and no time to spare.
Yeah. Wow. That's wild.
Yeah. I mean, you can really apply yourself and do that. More power to you.
Yeah. It just goes to show you can do anything.
Yeah.
Literally one Just if you set your mind to something, you can do anything. You can do anything.
I don't know. I'm still waiting to grow wings. Maybe someday.
Someday we'll all be able to fly in some way, capacity.
Yeah. I'm waiting on Elon to make jetpacks for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to have jetpacks and a Tesla tank. I'm so happy. I'll be like the first customer. I'll be like, yo, boy, my boy Elon, hook me up with a tank, please.
Yeah. Oh man. So is there anything else you want to bring into this discussion?
Man, one last thing. I had a question. Is that a pipe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just
That's cool. It's cool. I respect that. That's
my
awesome.
one hipster element.
Nice.
Pipe tobacco.
Okay. Nice.
It's not what you think it is, I promise.
Fluffy Hobo Show. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, what's your podcast called? Because I don't think I saw that anywhere.
It's called Jordan Mode. You can listen to it everywhere.
Yeah. What kind of range of topics do you cover? Just whatever you feel.
I honestly, yeah, whatever I feel, whatever the guests who I know, if I look at their stuff, I'm just like, okay, I can talk about this for sure. And then, sometimes I go off the rails, which is every time. I can't even I'm just having fun with it. I don't expect it to be huge. It's like my personal journal. It's a time capsule, really. That's what it is.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
So just have fun with it, Fluffy Hobo.
Yeah.
It was cool to talk to you. And if you keep with this, if you stay dedicated, I guarantee you'll keep having fun and you'll just talk to so many more interesting people.
Yeah, I hope so. As long as they don't cancel on me like they have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, my man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Yeah,
hope you have
no
a great rest of your
evening. Yeah.
Evening. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
All right.